love? Welcome to another tarot deck review and interview. If you are new, welcome. If you've been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. I'm so love Sarí. All right, so today we are diving into the Crystal Portal Oracle deck. It's a mouthful, but it's gorgeous, I assure you. I'm really excited to do this because I have been needing a bit of a pick-me-up. If you are unaware, this is the sister deck to the MoonStruck Tarot deck, so I'm really excited to have both of these in my repertoire. But I have really been needing a pick-me-up because behind the scenes shit has been crazy, and you know, life has just been lifing. It happens. We're pulling through it. We're getting through it. But I'm really excited to do the deck review with you for this one. And also, you know, we do a deck interview to figure out or to find out why the deck came to me and how it wants to be used, and how it's showing up to help us in our day-to-day lives with emotional wealth and energetic sovereignty, change and transformation, working through emotional overwhelm, the whole 9 yards. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, my love. So up first, this is the box that it came in. As you can see, it says MoonStruck Crystals on it. You can probably see my laptop in the background, but it's because I have the deck interview tarot spread by Turnt Tarot. I believe they still have their account here on Instagram, but just like before, I'll include a screenshot of it here so you can see what that looks like once we get to the interview portion of the deck interview, or the deck review. I'm gonna get it out, y'all. It's been a minute. But yeah, so this is the box that it came in. As you can see, it's gorgeous. I'm not gonna flip it on the other side because y'all don't need my information. But this is what the box looks like on the inside. It says thank you. It came with of course the packaging and the confetti. You know, I know that's the boring part. But it's important to see how the packaging comes so that you can you know, get the full experience. So without further ado, we've got the Crystal Portal Oracle deck. It's a 65 card deck and guidebook, of course, by MoonStruck Crystals. This is what it looks like on the side here. It says Crystal Portal Oracle. It says the same thing on the other side. And then here's the bottom of the box, and then the top of the box. I love the holographic foiling, and I honestly, compared to the MoonStruck Tarot box, I like this one better because it's easier to maneuver and open. With this one, I struggled a little bit, even though it has the thumb grips on the side. It could just be because I have nails on. I don't really know, but it's still fairly decent to open and close, but it sometimes can be a bit of a challenge to grip it. That's just my personal experience. I progress. So looking at the the wording and everything on the back, it says well, here's what it looks like here. And then it says doors are starting to open around you, and it's your choice whether you want to walk through them. The Crystal Portal Oracle deck is a captivating collection of 65 beautifully hand illustrated, I want to say handcrafted, hand illustrated cards featuring a variety of crystals. Each card is printed with glittering purple and silver holographic, if I slow down I can read, right? Foil, along with a holographic portal edge. And so the artwork on each card is rich in symbolism and represents a unique crystal which offers profound insights, guidance, and inspiration. Whether you're seeking clarity or a deeper connection with the crystal realm, this deck is a powerful tool for personal growth. Will you walk through the portal? And then it says the artwork is by Kara Pavlik. I do apologize if I'm butchering your name or her name. Your name if you're watching, her name if you are familiar with her work, okay? And then of course it has the website and then the business logo. So it's pretty cool. Very beautiful. Okay, again, this is the same creator of the MoonStruck Tarot deck, okay? And we already did a deck review and interview on this one. So again, the video will be linked in the description box for you below if you have not seen that already. So now to the cards. The only thing that I have done without you being here with me and you have no idea how hard it was to wait to record this video, okay? But the only thing I have done is taken the box and the cards out of the wrapper that it came in. So this will come shrink wrapped. I was trying to figure out what the word for it was, but it will come shrink wrapped. This is the inside of the top of the box. Okay. And then these are the gorgeous cards that you have. As soon as you open it, I'm so freaking excited. But yeah, so, and the cards came shrink wrapped as well. The only thing that, like I said, the only thing that I did was take the shrink wrap off of the cards in the deck, or in the box, just so I could kind of look through and see them. But I did not change the order that the cards come in, because I wanted you to see this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous edge for the cards, because once you shuffle them and rearrange them and things of that nature, you're not going to be able to see that pattern as clearly, but it is so freaking gorgeous. And it's like that all the way around, like, oh my god. And for comparison, the Crystal Struck Tarot deck had stars, and so it's really cool to see this particular pattern on these cards here. So yeah, this is the back of the deck. Oh, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is the inside of the box. It says, "Will you walk through the portal?" And it's got the holographic foil on the inside, but that's pretty much it. Nothing else comes out outside of the guidebook, okay? And this is the guidebook. And much like the one for the Crystal Struck Tarot, it's a bit of a mouthful, but stick with me. It's color printed, but the background is black, and then the text is white. I think in the other one the text is purple. But yeah, so it goes through each of the cards and lists the crystal, the meaning, and then the meaning of the card, right? The full detailed meaning of the card. But yeah, that's pretty much it to the guidebook. In the back, let's see, we probably have like the credits or something like that. Nope, we don't. Okay. So the back of the book, again, it says, "Will you walk through the portal?" The company logo and website. Okay. All right, so let's dive into what you really came here for, the nitty gritty. All right, so the card stock on it isn't bad at all. It is, you know, fairly, let's see, for a reference, traditional tarot size, and then oracle deck size, you know, so you can kind of see the difference there. But yeah, it's not too bad. A little big to hold in your hand, but definitely manageable for sure. Let's see. Oh, it also came with, I forgot, it also came with this amethyst moon crystal. I feel like that's another crystal inside of the amethyst here, but I haven't had a chance to look it up just yet. But it's still gorgeous nonetheless. The Crystal Struck Tarot deck came with this one, so I really enjoy the fact that that both of the decks came with a moon crystal, a moon-shaped crystal. I love that detail. All right, so let's get into the actual cards here. Let me scoot this over just a little bit. All right, so up first we have, well, that's the back of the deck, sorry. The front of the deck. Just all over the place today. Like I said, y'all, it's been a minute. Life has been lifing, and I'm just kind of getting back into the groove of recording from taking a bit of a break, but I progress. So we've got radiance, and the crystal associated with it is agate or agate. You know, it's kind of like pecan. We've got empowerment, and Amazonite is the crystal associated with that. It's so freaking gorgeous. Like, like this deck is well designed, well thought out, well organized. Like I just freaking love it. But I am partial or biased to crystals. I've been working with the crystal devas in the crystal realm pretty much all of my life. I've known and had use of and been using my spiritual gifts since the age of 7. So psychic mediumship, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. Like it's a lot of things happening energetically for me. This one is a lunar intuition, and the crystal was amethyst. This one is lucidity, and the crystal is ametrine. But yeah, so I've been using my spiritual gifts and psychic abilities since the age of 7. So I just freaking love crystals. I always have. This one is ascendance, and the crystal is apophyllite. And it's so funny because even with working with the crystals for so long, I'm always discovering new crystals and different ways to connect and use them in everyday life and change and transformation and things of that nature. This one is invigorate. We have aqua aura quartz, serenity, and aquamarine. I mean, look at that, just freaking gorgeous. We've got Wonderlust and Aragonite. I'm sorry, Aragonite. Aragonite. There is one that is Aragonite, but this one is A-R-A instead of A-R-G. So like I said, even with how long I've been dibbling and dabbling with crystal healing and crystal Reiki and things of that nature, because I am certified as a master level crystal Reiki healer, I'm still learning new crystals every day and new ways to work with and utilize them. This one says Euphoria and Aura Quartz. We've got Prosperity and Aventurine. I actually have some Aventurine here somewhere. It's probably on the nightstand somewhere. I have crystals all over the house and all over the room, so don't mind me. Ethereal Vision, Azurite. I mean, like this, I really hope the camera is doing these cards justice, honey, because they are stunning. Protection, Black Tourmaline. Majesty, Bloodstone. Look at there. Look at that attention to detail. That is wild. Freaking wild. Triumph, Bumblebee Jasper. Look at there. Oh, it's so freaking pretty. We've got Tranquility, Caribbean Calcite. You can see like it looks like the Caribbean calcite, but it also looks like a beach. Like it's so freaking cool. I just love how creative the detailing is for each of the cards. We've got Spark and Carnelian. I can't wait to use both of these decks in our next tarot therapy session. Matter of fact, I'm probably going to end up using them in the full moon tarot therapy session coming up this Friday. Equilibrium and Celestite. We've got Perceptivity and Carolite. Abundance and Citrine. Amplify and Clear Quartz. Cosmic Harmony and Emerald. Fluorescent, and the crystal is Flower Agate. Focus, and the crystal is Fluorite. I think she nailed that one. That's dope. Ignite and Garnet. Oh, that's fitting for sure. For sure, for sure. Sorry if the camera is shaking a little bit, but as I pull the cards, the desk shakes a little bit. Persistence and Hematite. It almost looks a little bit like smoky quartz, but gorgeous nonetheless. Visualize and Herkimer diamond, the crystal of dreams. It's pretty cool. Patience and howlite. Oh, that's amazing. I don't know if you can see that there, but the detail is insane. Wow. Serendipity and jade. Oh, that's pretty cool pairing. Different way to look at the energy or energetics of luck and synchronicities. I know it says serendipity, but jade is a healing crystal that is mostly associated with good luck and good fortune, and then like a lot of synchronicities and things of that nature as signs that you're along the right path. So it's pretty cool to see that pairing on that card. Self-love elixir, we have kunzite or kunzite. We have communication and kyanite. Listen, kyanite is one of my favorite crystals, baby. It's one of my favorites to, I think I said that in the other video too, because I think there's a tarot card associated with kyanite in the Crystal Struck tarot deck. But kyanite is amazing for cord cutting, protecting your energy, helping with lucid dreaming, and when you're trying to when your subconscious is trying to process different things that you've gone through and you're having weird and bizarre dreams and stuff like that, like kyanite is that girl. Okay, we got transmute and labradorite. Perfect, like immaculate pairing. Labradorite is all about grounding your energy, change, and helping with change and transformation as you go. So it's befitting. We've got enlighten and lapis lazuli. If I can pick it up. It's there in the, is this called a candelabra? Is that what that is? Don't quote me on that, but then it's in the candle part of the image. We've got purify and larimar. Isn't that gorgeous? Like I just love this. This is amazing. Overcome lepidolite. We've got manifest and malachite. Oh man, listen, Linda. Malachite and what is that other one? It's green like malachite, but baby, that crystal is not for the weak or the faint at heart. Okay, I'm telling you now. Malachite appears in your life when you are either getting ready to go through change or you're needing help through the change. Like, so it's perfect that it was associated with manifest in this deck. So that's pretty cool, because that's what manifestation is. I talk about that in the recent series that I did for how to manifest using negative thoughts, energy, and emotions for empath women. Because a lot of times we go through these different situations and life events and changes and things of that nature, and it can be very trying to say the least, and you really get into this mindset of, okay, why can't I manifest this thing or this life or this change that I'm trying to create for myself? And it's because, at least what I am learning over these past couple of weeks, having going through trying to navigate the terrain and pathways of grief and trying to manifest with grief, that is because you're struggling, or you don't have the awareness of how you handle and navigate change. I'm gonna get it out. So if you're struggling with manifestation, consider looking at how you deal with change. And if you want to dive deeper into it and need further support with that, then check out that 2-part series over on my YouTube channel. It'll be linked for you in the description box below as well. So we got metamorphosis and moldavite. Okay. We've got soul nourishment and moonstone. We've got alignment and morganite. synchronicity and moss agate, or agate. Sorry if you can hear the trucks passing by outside. But yeah, so we've got synchronicity and moss agate. The other one was serendipity. So I know you like, didn't we already talk about that? No, it was serendipity. We've got release and obsidian. Oh, I love that. Obsidian is also a good crystal to ward and protect your home with. So you can place it by the front door of your home, or at the doorway of any of the doors or pathways in your home, and set the intention for it to block out and prevent negative energy from entering, or program it for however you want to, whatever intention you want to use to protect your home or your different spaces in your home. And you'll find that a lot of times when people come over, either things fall through and they don't come over, especially if you have it programmed for the front door. And then if you have it programmed for a specific room, you'll be able to see instances where people, for whatever, avoid that room, or are more intentional about entering and things of that nature. So it's pretty cool to see how it unfolds and works out, but it's guaranteed and always to work, or it has worked for me. So it just depends on how you program it. But if you want more information and details on that, let me know in the comments, and we'll do a video. All right, so we've got flow, and this one is ocean jasper. Okay. We've got strength and onyx. Now this one to me looks like the strength card in the tarot deck. Like just in general, not necessarily the Crystal Struck tarot, but with the lion there, the strength card in the tarot deck, it looks very much so like that, but it's gorgeous all the same. My only quote unquote gripe, if you can even call it that, is that the onyx crystal isn't actually, it's not actually on this particular card, and that could have been intentional. That could have just been, it didn't show up well when she was trying to translate the vision to the card. I don't really know, but I do notice that it's not there, which is okay. It's part of the character and whimsy of the deck, which I love. So we've got imagine and opal. Look at that, it's so yes, honey, I'll be over here fangirling and geeking out. I freaking love oracle and tarot decks, but I love crystals, and the fact that I get to have a tarot and an oracle deck crystal themed, this immaculate and elaborate and iridescent, like yes, honey, my yes. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. Energize and orange calcite. I'm about to tell some of my business about my astrological placements. Got to be careful when we list stuff like that at. Never know who watching and listening. All right. Renewal and peridot or peridot. I always say peridot, but pecan. We've got essence and pink amethyst. Compassion and pink tourmaline. Power and pyrite. Innocence and rhodochrosite. Forgiveness and rhodonite. Forgiveness. It's more than saying sorry. Comment below if you couldn't help but saying that too. That's hilarious. We've got rose quartz and admiration. Oh gosh, okay. Ruby and vibrance. Oh, okay, so these are actually the two cards. Okay, so we got, let me show you the card first. Ruby and vibrance, and then so going back to rose quartz and admiration. So one of the biggest quote unquote complaints, I guess, that a lot of people have been making about this particular deck is that the wording got switched around. So where it says vibrance at the bottom, it should actually be at the top where ruby is. And the same thing with rose quartz, where admiration is at the bottom, it should be where rose quartz is, and vice versa. To me, I can understand, you know, you paying for a deck and it's got some typos or whatever, but in my personal opinion, it only accentuates, highlights, and adds to the personality and soul of the deck. So I actually love that that happened, because it speaks more about the character of the deck and its imperfections. And remember, we were reading at the start of it, this deck is intended to help you with personal growth. And so when you talk about personal growth, you're talking about being perfectly imperfect, and self-acceptance and self-love and things of that nature. And all of that comes with accepting the hidden and repressed parts of yourself that you tried to hide. And now we're talking about shadow work, obviously, but when we're talking about personal growth, there are going to be some failures, some trial and error, some mistakes and things of that nature made. So I freaking love that that bled through and came through in the oracle deck as well. So we got reflection and sapphire. So yeah, just another perspective and point of view. You know, I've always, if you've been following me for a while or rock with me for a while, you know that I teach and talk often about tarot and oracle decks having their own soul, because this is a vessel or a product of creation or creativity. And so whenever the illustrator and authors of these different decks and things of that nature that we have pour all of their time, energy, and money, those are your three most precious resources. And so you're actually cultivating and creating something, or pouring your essence into something. I'm gonna get it out. And so these decks have their own characteristics, their own personalities and souls about them. And so I think that we often forget that it's much like meeting other people, or even adopting different pets and things of that nature. Like, we all have our different personalities. No one person is the same. No one animal or pet is the same. No one oracle or tarot deck is the same. Even if you had purchased two of these, right? They still would have two different personalities come through in the way that they read or do the readings whenever you use them for tarot, for oracle or tarot. We've got recharge and selenite. We've got exploration and serpentine, some people say. Gorgeous card. Vocalize and sodalite. Stabilize and smoky quartz. Another favorite of mine, smoky quartz. Transcendence and spirit quartz. Oh, that's dope. Love the imaging there, or imagery. Karmic healing, and we've got now I've never heard of this one, sugalite. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the deep and rich purple colors of the crystal. I'm gonna have to research that one some more. Like I said, I'm always learning more about new crystals every day, so it's pretty cool. Independence and sunstone. Illuminate and tanzanite. Fearless and tiger's eye. Oh, that's so dope. Look, they're in the eyes of the tiger. Now all I can think about is Eddie Murphy singing Eye of the Tiger in Dr. Dolittle. Oh my gosh. We got authenticity and turquoise. Oh, that's a dope image. Do y'all see that? That's amazing. That might be one of my favorite cards in this whole deck. That's dope. Wow. Dynamic and vanadinite. That's another one I've never heard of before, so we'll have to research that one too. And then, of course, rejuvenate. Last but not least, watermelon tourmaline. Oh, that's pretty cool. Reminds me of a mojito. That's pretty cool. yeah, so that is the deck. And one more time, take in this gorgeous, gorgeous gilded edges. Oh, so beautiful. Before we mix them up, because we about to shuffle. See how it shuffle. Not bad, not bad. All right, guys, we are getting ready to dive into the deck interview portion. Still needs to be broken in a little bit. I know some of you are like, oh my God, I can't believe you would shuffle them like that, girl. I like that. I think it's called house shuffle, but I like to really thoroughly shuffle my cards. All right, so we're going to dive in. The deck interview again. The spread for the deck interview is by Untitled Tarot. And again, I think they still have their page on Instagram. I don't know if they have a page here on YouTube or not. But, you know, check them out. See what it is. See what the lickery. If that's your thing, have at it. We're not affiliated. I just like the deck interview tarot spread that they use. And that's what I always use for my deck interviews whenever I buy or receive new tarot and oracle decks. All right, so all right, Crystal Portal Oracle. Let's go ahead and do this deck review. Let me know why you came to me. So excited. Oh, okay, so we got pop out cards. We've got Recharge, Selenite, Ruby, Vibrance. Oh, okay. Cool. And Reflection, Sapphire. So to me, this tells me that the energy of this deck is anchored in rejuvenation or self-reflection for rejuvenation and energetic sovereignty. So this is pretty cool because the Crystal Struck Tarot deck, if I'm not mistaken, in that particular deck interview, I found out that deck came to me to help work through any and all situations that are coming to me or the collective when I'm using them in tarot therapy sessions, but to help with any and all situations causing and creating emotional overwhelm. And so to help navigate that from all different areas of life. So it's pretty cool to see that the Oracle deck is entering the picture to help with rejuvenating and protecting, rejuvenating the energy and restoring vitality through self-reflection. So this is pretty cool. All right. So in position 1, we have alignment and morganite. Oh, sorry. I had it sideways trying to show you. So we've got alignment and morganite. We've got soul nourishment, moonstone. In position 3, we've got lunar intuition, amethyst. I don't know if you can see that back here, but here's the card. And let me move that and possibly slide this up so you can see better. Yeah, okay, you can see it better. All right, so starting off with these 3 positions, this is the deck. So the deck's personality meeting the deck in position 1. And so we've got alignment. And so this deck is all about energetic alignment, which we received with the anchor cards that popped out earlier for us. So that tracks, and that's amazing. How the deck wants to be used, we have soul nourishment. So again, with that reflection card that came out earlier, this makes a whole lot of sense, and it's very, to me, straightforward, which I love because I'm a straight talk no chaser type of person myself, just very direct about things with compassion, obviously. But I love that this is pretty much straightforward deck, and that it's here to help with soul nourishment and self-reflection. And then the position 3 is what the deck thinks of you. And so it thinks that I'm very intuitive. Oh, that's dope. Okay. Position 4, empowerment. Oh, I sometimes forget to hold up the cards so you guys can see. But we got empowerment, and then position 5 we have radiance. So position 4 is collaboration, so how it wants to work together. So essentially, to me, this tells me that whenever I'm using this deck, either for personal use or for YouTube readings or in session with clients, the focus is going to be empowerment. So redirecting and returning the querent, so the person asking the question, back to their own power, and reminding them of their power, and holding space for them to stand in their power again through that soul nourishment and reflection. Okay, because the deck is all of this particular deck is all about alignment. I would really be interested to see somebody else do a deck review and to see what the soul of their deck is all about, even for this same deck. Like that, I think that would be so dope. Anyway, the 5th position is the mindset. So we have radiance in that position. So here again, the focus with this deck is empowerment and returning you and reminding you and helping you embody your own power. And then the mindset within that process is radiance. So helping you again, where is it? Ruby. Vibrance. So that vibrance and vitality, right? Restoring your sense of vitality and liveliness about yourself, mind, body, and soul. This is so freaking dope. I'm excited. Okay. Position 6, we've got overcome, lepidolite. Oh wow. Okay. And then position 7, we've got pink amethyst. Amethyst is the crystal, and the card is essence. So the position for 6, so the 6th card position, I'm gonna get it out, is cleansing. So how the deck wants to be cleansed. For that to be overcome, let me see. Actually, let's go ahead and refer to the, I almost made it, y'all, without having to use the book, but that's what the book here is here for. So okay, it looks like 34. XX. Them damn Roman numerals take me out every time, y'all. All right, so here we go. Overcome, lepidolite. So emotional balance, stress, anxiety relief, optimism. Now is the time to break free from the chains of that negative habit or influence that's been holding you down as you awaken the Phoenix's fire energy. Lepidolite ignites your consciousness, urging you to kick those toxic habits, transform your mindset, and soar towards meaningful change. This is your wake-up call to spread your wings, rise from the ashes of all doubt and worry, and fly boldly into a future with your newfound willpower and resilience. So I know you're like, okay, but how does this translate into how the deck wants to be cleansed? So remember, I told you that the deck, that all tarot and oracle decks have a soul. They have a personality and things of that nature. So when you talk about how the deck wants to be cleansed, there is, excuse me, there are certain rituals, routines, and habits that each deck likes to have done, or likes for you to perform to in connection with how they want to work together. So for this particular one, with this being overcome, and lepidolite as the crystal, this is a deck that wants to be cleansed through the release of doubt. So essentially, in my mind, what's being shown to me as I was reading the description was, you know how at the beginning of the deck interview, I knocked on the deck to cleanse it, right? And to align it and acclimate it. That's the word I'm looking for. Acclimate it to my specific energy. What I would do, and this is just my own personal ritual and what's intuitively coming to me, what I would do is at the end of using the deck, I would just simply hold all of the cards together and release whatever doubt came up for me. And so it's kind of like a declaration of renouncing or releasing whatever self-doubt came up that was preventing that was draining my energy and depleting my vitality. Does that make sense? So I would hold the deck, and release, you know, I release X, Y, and Z doubt. Going forward, my intention is ABC, something along those lines. It literally doesn't take much. It's all about your intention and intentionality. Okay. All right. So that was 6, 7. So we've got 2 more positions to do. So the position 8 is renewal, and that's peridot. And position 9 is illuminate, tanzanite. Oh, this is pretty cool. All right. So position 8 is meditation, and position 9 is ritual. So for the meditation aspect of this, meditation in and of itself is just you being in a specific state of being. Okay. It's quite literally just your focused state of awareness and attention. Okay. So with this let me get it out. With this being in that particular position off rip, the deck is saying that it wants me to focus on, or will be focused on, if I'm using it for others in a tarot therapy session on YouTube or in session for clients, it will be focused on renewal, restoring and renewing energy and energetic vitality, energetic essence, and energetic or excuse me, the empowerment. I'm gonna get it out, y'all, I promise. But I do want to still go ahead and read. Let's see, this is XLV. Yep. Okay, I want to say that's like 45, 44, something like that. XL. Don't quote me on that. I don't know all my Roman numerals. Okay, clearly they be tripping me up. But this one is about growth, abundance, and self-actualization. So the description says, remember that one plant you forgot to water, and well, let's just say it didn't quite make it. Don't worry, I won't judge. We've all been there. Consider this your friendly reminder that just like the poor plant, your soul also thrives on some good old tender love and care. Okay, replace the wilted excuses with the renewed perspective. Peridot, provides so you can grow into your full potential. Break your habit of being a houseplant serial killer. Instead, nourish your roots and watch your life grow in abundance and prosperity. I apologize, I stumbled a little bit there. It's kind of hard to see because the paragraphs aren't separated or anything like that. They're just, everything's kind of grouped together, which, you know, whatever, I get it. It's a quick little guidebook. It is what it is. Oh, I forgot I could have just looked at the table of contents. I progress. So yeah, that is how the deck wants to, that is the state of being. So the state of awareness and focused attention that the deck wants me to have when I'm working with it. Okay, and that'll be, again, the pathway to empowerment and focus as we're using this deck. So the next position is ritual, and we have illuminate and tanzanite. So to me, immediately that reads as, and this is going to sound corny and cliche, but looking on the bright side of things. So the ritual, and a ritual is just a set of you know, your daily and repeatable habits, behaviors, actions that you are taking. From a spiritual standpoint, it's a set of habits, routines, and behaviors that you take intentionally to fulfill a specific way of being or a way that you want to feel. Okay. But the fact that this card came out in the ritual position, this is telling me that it initially wants me to basically look on the bright side of things. So to be more optimistic instead of pessimistic about different things, especially with that self-reflection. And it's funny, I picked up the box because I remembered something about possibility or optimism or something like that. I thought was on here. Maybe not. I thought I saw something like that on here. But anyway, so the daily ritual, or to be in ritual with this particular deck, is just asking that I be more optimistic and always focus on what's possible, or the silver lining, if you will, or the more supportive path. That's what I'm looking for. I'm like, I'm gonna get it if I keep talking, if I keep thinking, I'm gonna say it. But the more supportive path. Let me see. I do want to read the description for this one. There we go. All right, so Tanzanite, we've got intuition, spiritual growth, and wisdom. If you're mentally and or spiritually in a dark place, let this Tanzanite lantern guide your way through it and lead you towards emotional and spiritual growth. Tanzanite illuminates paths by overcoming communication hurdles and find intuitive solutions to challenges, especially in the workplace. It brings relief from worries and sheds light on emotional issues, helping you navigate them without getting lost in the darkness. This card is encouraging you to look for the answers within, embrace the new light, and find your true path. It's interesting that communication came up and I was stumbling so horribly trying to describe what I was seeing and the energetic feeling that I was getting, so clairsentience coming through there, but trying to articulate the actual feeling, the energetic feeling of it. So it's interesting that communication came up and I was stumbling to get that out, but I progressed. It's all good. All right, my love. Let me see. Is there anything else you want me to know about you, why you came here, etc., etc.? Anything else? Okay, let's see. We got these 2-3 cards. So we've got self-love, elixir, kunzite. We've got communication, kyanite, and we've got transmute, labradorite. So this leads me into the self-doubt that I was going to release to end this particular spread and this deck review and interview. Basically, this is saying that to accept the way that, or the flaws and the perceived flaws in my communication, and to trust that the people who need to hear it will still receive the message, and that it can't be wrong. Like, there is no wrong way to express and communicate what I want to say and how I want to say it. It's just sometimes, you know, you stumble over your words trying to translate from the energetic to the physical, and find the words for it, and it's not necessarily always as smoothly as it is intuitively received to articulate. So trusting that the right people will hear this and think nothing of it and will love it all the same. All right, so with that, the self-doubt that I am releasing here is that there is an issue or doubting my ability to communicate cohesively and clearly. And I hereby set the intention to trust how I express myself, and that the right people will always receive what it is that I have to say with an open mind, an open heart, and joy. All right, my loves, that ends our deck interview and deck review for the Crystal Portal Oracle deck. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.